Good morning. A very warm welcome to you all. Everyone is welcome here, whether you are young and you're excited for Santa to come in a week, or you're so old that you know Mr. Claus personally. Whether you sit with us in this circle regularly, occasionally, or whether it's your first time here, we welcome you. SSUC is a safer place for LGBTQ plus people and a safer place for people of any spiritual path or of no religion whatsoever. Thank you very much. You are honored here, just as you are, no matter what. We join together in this circle bringing many feelings, some carrying grief, others joy, some enjoying December, and others just getting by, and those of us who are somewhere in between. So welcome. You have a place here. Southminster Steinhauer is in the neighborhood of Cahiwin. Cahiwin was a Cree chief who was a signatory of Treaty 6 in 1876. This land is ancestral homeland to Cree people and many other indigenous nations, such as the Blackfoot Confederacy, the Métis Nation, the Nakota, the Dene, and the Sioux. We honor this land, which has been a gathering place for indigenous peoples for thousands of years. So, you might have already noticed this morning's gathering is a little different. It's a special one. Today is our Christmas music service. May we hear in the songs the light given to us by their stories. Continuing in that theme, time for the Silvertones.
Shepherds and wise men to kneel at his door. Mary had a baby, oh my Lord. Mary had a baby, oh my Lord. Mary had a baby, oh my Lord. Born in Bethlehem, the glory surrounds them with angels on high. And peace upon earth, heavenly voices reply. Then come little children and hear what they say, that gladdens the world on that first Christmas day. Mary had a baby, oh my Lord. Mary had a baby, oh my Lord. Mary had a baby, oh my Lord. Born in Bethlehem. Born in Bethlehem.
Sometimes all we can do is light a candle, and it's enough. Enough light to see what's close at hand. We relight the first candle of Advent, a candle for listening, for hearing each other into speech, for hearing in and under our words. And we relight the second candle of Advent, a candle for telling stories, for the power of story to remind us who we are. And today we light the third candle of Advent, a candle for singing light. Let's try again here. Let's give us a little more chance. There we go. This is for the songs that carry our hopes and fears and help us find our way. We count our way to Christmas with each flame, each one helping us find a little more light. Thank you, everybody.
Good morning, one and all of all ages. Anyone who would like to come and have some time at the carpet, we're going to come and gather right here. Lots of room, come on. There we go. You're watching upside down. Come on, lots of room. Right here, how about that? Right beside your brother. Perfect. Great. I would like to give you something to start. In no particular order, I want to give you a star. This is a star. Please have a star. Ooh, they're all different. They are all different. Could you pass a few back there, please? Some stars. There's a star for you, and a star for you, and a star for you. A star. A star. A star over here. Does everyone have a star? Yep. Not talking to you all. Okay, I gave you a star because stars are quite important at this time of the year. Sometimes we get Christmas cards. I brought some pictures of Christmas cards, if you can see them on the wall right there. There's lots of different kinds of Christmas cards, but a lot of them, even though they're different, they have a star on them. Stars are such an important part of this season of Christmas, and I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but there's a star in the Christmas story, too. There's a part of this Christmas story where the Magi, or the wise men, or the star watchers in the story, they come from a long way away, and they travel following a star in the sky until they reach Bethlehem, where they find a baby, and his name is Jesus. And they were looking at the stars to see where they were going. So stars are an important part of Christmas, and they help us remember that we need help getting to where we're going. Sometimes we need help from other people. Sometimes we need help from stars. Sometimes we need help from Google or Siri or the maps that we use. Now, I got to tell you, before there was GPS and satellites orbiting the Earth, and before there was Google, and before there were maps on our phones, there were stars. And lots of people, whether they traveled on foot, or whether they hopped on a camel, or whether they sailed the seas, they looked up and they looked at the stars, and that was how they navigated. They could see their way and which way they were going by knowing the stars and seeing where they were in relation to the stars. But sometimes our stars, our directions, our help, come in the form of friends and family and books we read and YouTube videos we watch and all kinds of things that help us to find our way. So maybe they're mentors, maybe they're teachers. So I wanted to spend just a few minutes today talking about stars with other kinds of names. Not stars with names like Polaris or Arcturus or all those kind of fun names from the stars in the sky, but other stars with names, stars in our lives, stars that are people that help us. Like, maybe you have a favorite teacher. Maybe you have a favorite author of something that's written something. Maybe you have a favorite book or a favorite show or something that teaches you something, a mentor or a guide. Do any of you have a name of someone like that you can think of? Do you? Do you want to share that with us? What's a name? You have a name.
The author of my favorite book, Maze Runner, James Dashner. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Great. So there's an author. How about another one? Does anyone else? Yes? Liam?
The author of my favorite book is Dave Bickley. He makes the funniest books.
Wow, great. Funny books for you. Do you have one?
The author of my favorite book is J.K. Rowling.
I know that name. Does anyone have a favorite teacher or a mentor or a guide that's been really important to you? Robert?
Adele Otto.
Say that again.
Adele Otto.
Okay, thank you, Dale Otto. And now, can we ask some folks out there, if you have a mentor or a guide, a star in your life, could you just shout out their name? Did I hear correctly? Okay. A star, a guide. Great, Arthur. What? There's a few names. A few more. Come on, a few more names of mentors and guides and stars in your lives. Oh, I love that. Daddy and Mom. Some important teachers and mentors. So, stars aren't just in the sky. And they're not just in the movies, movie stars. Stars are part of our lives all the time. They're important people that guide us and teach us. That's what a star is, something to guide us. So, a shooting star, amazing. So, you've got some paper stars. I hope that you'll hold on to those, stuff them in your pocket, or put them on your chair, or give them to someone that will hold them for you. And you'll remember that there are some really important people in our lives that guide us like a star. They're important people to remember and to thank and to be grateful for. So thanks for coming up and talking about stars. We are going to invite you to Kid Spirit now.
Rising,
To pray is to bring our attention to the things that matter ultimately, in order that we might strengthen our intentions to live in those ways. And so with one another we pause to offer these words as a way of bringing our attention to strengthen our intentions to live more nearly as we pray. We live lives full of mystery and questions, hopes and dreams, wisdom and knowledge, some within our reach and searching, some past our knowing. We gather in gratitude for the gift of life, the mystery of being, the wonder of the cosmos, and the nudge toward transformation. We come together to strengthen our intention to bring healing to hurt, peace to violence, beauty to ugliness, and love where there is brokenness. In this season when we're easily preoccupied, may we find the courage and grace to create moments to occupy ourselves with what is most valuable, the love of family and friends, embracing our significance and claiming our dreams for transformation and peace. We pray as those born of an endless love and light. May it be so. We also come seeking wisdom, wisdom from stories we've been telling thousands of centuries, wisdom from our lived experience, wisdom from those who are witness to our own time. These are the words of a contemporary poet, Naomi Shihadnai, in her poem, The Song. From somewhere, a calm musical note arrives. You balance it on your tongue, a single ripe grape, till your whole body glistens. In the space between breaths, you apply it to any wound, and the wound heals. Soon the nights will lengthen. You will lean into the year, humming like a saw. You will fill the lamps with kerosene, knowing that somewhere a line breaks, a city goes black, people dig for candles in the bottom drawer. You will be ready. You will use the song like a match. It will fill your rooms, opening rooms of its own. So you sing, not knowing your house was this large. These are the poetic writings of a contemporary author.
here's some wisdom attributed to Jesus from Matthew's Gospel. Let me tell you why you are here. You're here to be salt seasoning that brings out the flavors of goodness on this earth. If you lose your saltiness, how will people taste what is good? You will have lost your usefulness. Here's another way to put it. You're here to be light, bringing out the best colors in the world. Goodness and love is not a secret to be kept, but as public as a city on a hill. If you are light bearers, you don't think you should hide under a bucket, do you? No, stand there on a light stand and shine. Keep open house, be generous with your lives. By opening up to others, you'll prompt people to open up to each other, to love, and to add to the light. These are the words about living and purpose told by a first-century community.
One, two, three.
Let's shine
Here's a poem written in 1987 by May Sarton entitled Christmas Light. When everyone had gone, I sat in the library with the small, silent tree. She and I alone, how softly she shone. And for the first time then, for the first time this year, I felt reborn again. I knew love's presence near. Love distant, love detached, and strangely without weight, was with me in the night when everyone had gone, and the garland of pure light stayed on, stayed on. These are the poetic writings of a 20th century American author. May we find wisdom for our living.
We
I want to tell you just a little story of something that happened to me yesterday. My mother and I were reminiscing about all the music teachers over the years that I'd had. My first, she remembered a lot of things I did not. My first performances, my first music festivals, the first wedding I played for, which was a comedy of errors that I will not go into at the moment. And that conversation reminded me of the cassette tapes that were hiding in the cupboard under my stairs, which I pulled out yesterday and was amazed of the recordings I forgot I even had. Recordings that I'd have of myself playing from when I was about 12 years old on, up until the point where no one recorded things on cassette tapes anymore. So I pulled them out. I have no way to play these things anymore. But I was amazed all the same at how important those memories are to me. Those recordings track something important for me, the light that music has had in my life, and the different ways that I've expressed it over the years. On this Christmas Music Sunday, on the last Sunday before Christmas, as we focus on light, we can all honor the power of music to do so many things. To help us celebrate at times, to remember and mourn at times, to heal, to calm, to excite, to brighten our lives, to be a soundtrack, to twig a memory just by hearing a song, to bring a person right back in front of us that we knew. Such is the power of music. And if like in the poem that Chiab wrote that Nancy read for us, if a song can light a way like a match, imagine what we could do with that light. Imagine that you, that me, full of that light struck by the match of a piece of music, could bring out the best colors in the world. That we could not dare keep goodness and love a secret anymore. That we just want everyone to know about it. As if we had a little light radio station transmitting from our very core, saying, you've got to tune in. That as light bearers, we would shine the light within us, and just as a lighthouse marks the shore, so will the light within us mark our generosity and our love. To celebrate the light of Christmas, to seek out the light within it and join it with ours, is to do what May Sarton has described in her poem. It's to find that even alone, when everyone is gone, that we can feel the light of a small silent tree. Or maybe it's the flicker of that one candle we've lit. And know that love is present. And feel reborn again. Light in us is always being born and reborn. In a lost and forgotten cassette tape, in a favorite carol, in the siren song of a cello note, or a piano chord, or a beautiful melody sung by a choir. May this music and all the music that we hear in this season be like a match for us. May it fill us. May it fill our room. May it fill our lives with light such that by the work of each of us in transmitting and shining our light of love to the world, that we might not recognize just how big our room is to fill with light. That we may, just in our shining, transform the world. That's the light of Christmas. That's the hope of the season.
I want to extend a few invitations to you about things that are coming to us in this week as a community. On Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock, we'll gather in this space to celebrate the life of Joanne Graham on Solstice Day, and we welcome you to be with us in that gathering. And later that day at 7 o'clock in the evening, we will have a brief solstice gathering on the longest night of the year, and an opportunity to walk our indoor labyrinth, which will be down in this space, in some quiet candlelight and music. Just time for you to use in whatever way is helpful to you. So an opportunity to join us on Thursday evening. Next Sunday morning, we will not gather in this circle as we usually do, but there are 3 opportunities to gather later in the day on what is Christmas Eve. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a gathering especially for those with very young children, young families, a service that's geared to the youngest in our community, a very participatory time to act out, dress up, and retell the Christmas story. At 7 o'clock, a gathering for all ages with our choir and instrumentalists, a gathering much like our Sunday morning gatherings, and then a quiet end to the evening at 11 o'clock, candlelight and communion gathering in this circle. You are welcome to be with us. We hope that there will be one of those occasions that will work for you and your family and your friends to join us. Also on New Year's Eve, there's an opportunity to come and share time with one another, potluck supper that will start about 6 o'clock. Please bring your own plates and cutlery, so there's no dishes for anyone to do, and something to share with one another, and a very early end to the evening, around 9:30. We'll call it midnight, and we'll welcome 2018. So please feel welcome to join us. There is a sign-up sheet out in the middle table in the foyer, or Bernie, wave your hand. You can talk with Bernie if you'd like more information about that night. We have many ways to support this community. You give of your time, you volunteer, you serve on committees, you help with food bank. In so many ways, people give your time, your energy, which makes our life together possible. Also, are appreciative of the financial support that comes from this community. We don't receive monies from anywhere other than monies we raise ourselves. We don't receive government grants or money from the United Church of Canada. And there are many opportunities to contribute to us financially. There is a box at the back that is happy to receive checks and cash. You can contribute online, or you can contribute automatically from your bank account by filling out a pre-authorized remittance. For the ways you give, we are grateful, and we celebrate what we're able to do together from the support that we have with one another.
This is a moment where we can express some gratitude and honor those who have put so much work and effort and time and heart into this morning's gathering. First, I can't name all of these people by name. Well, I could, but you wouldn't want to hear me do that. I want to, though, honor by name Pam Patton and Bonnie Berg and Deb Mooney, who have led the way in planning music, in leading these groups, and our gratitude to them by name. And the people you've seen before you, our Silvertones choir that with amazing heart. And our adult choir that works very hard in meeting every week and practicing very hard, and their skill and their voices. Thank you to you, choir. And to our illustrious musical ensemble for all your gifts, your skills, and your sharing of them with us. We thank you so much. Of course, none of this could happen without all of the people who are supportive of this work, the people that make the microphones work, the people that record, the people that zoom the camera in and out, those who set up and take down these very heavy stage components, all those who set up this morning and take it down when we're done. We're grateful for all of it, and thank you so much. All of this music is a celebration, but another wonderful piece of music from the ensemble will help us to celebrate you and the music and the light that we share today.
We are like light, shining, glowing, bringing warmth to others. Our time together here is drawing to a close, but may we take the light of our love from this place and feel it burning brightly in our hearts all day and all week. Let's sing once more.
Hopes and dreams arise and say,
Hey, it's Christopher. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch last week's video, click this button right here. If you can manage it and can donate to SSUC to help us continue this video page, click right here. And for any information that you want about SSUC and our programs, visit our website right